2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and stop. To the side. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and stop. Okay, hands up. Reach down. 1, 2, 3. To your right, to your left, center. Inhale, exhale. Hands up. Reach down. 1, 2, 3. To your right, 2, 3. To your left, 2, 3. Center. Inhale, exhale. Hands up. Reach down. 1, 2, 3. To your right, 2, 3. To your left, 2, 3. Center. Inhale, exhale. Hands on your waist. Circular movements. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2. Reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2. Center cross. Knees. Circular movements. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2. Switch to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2. Center. Hands on your waist. Neck turning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2. Back and forth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2. Center. Tilt to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2. Center. Down. 1, 2, 3. Reverse. 1, 2, 3. Center. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Okay, spread your feet, turn your shoulders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, and stop. Okay, turn, stretch it out. You made it. Switch. 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 Switch, straighten the front knee. Switch. 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 Okay, center. Okay, we shake it out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, hands to your waist. Shoulder roll. And reverse. And center. Okay. Press, release, exhale, inhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Breathe through your nose. And stop. Hands up. Pull in. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, wrists. Okay, reverse. And center. Palms down. bigger circle. And center. Okay, good. Side to sides. Okay, center, lift. And center. Okay, right foot forward, insert the needle. Switch. And center. Okay. Leg swing to the front. Okay, switch. And center. Side to side. Switch. And Zana. Shake it up. Hands up. Pull in, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, silk drilling. Switch. Okay, open and close. Switch. and center. Circular movements. Okay, lower hoop. Shoulder height. Elbows down. Okay, lower, palms down. Extend. Deep breathing, inhale. Exhale. Okay, diagonal flying. Okay, switch. Okay. Cloud hands. Okay, your palms down. Carry tiger to the mountain. Infinity sign. Okay, form the fist. Okay. Palms together, strum the lute. Okay, turn, draw the bow. Okay, fan through the back. Okay, raise the hand. Palms down. Deep breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, we'll go through the short form. So, Valentina, you haven't done it. Do you want to just try to follow along first, and maybe Eddie can work with you later? Yeah. Okay. Just follow along for now. Yeah. Do the best you can. Then Eddie will work with you. Okay, ready? Feet parallel. We're gonna start off like this. Preparation. And relax. Left foot forward. Press forward. Sit back and turn the corner. Right side, grasp the sparrow's tail. Right foot forward. Single whip. Diagonal flying. Shift your weight. Step up. Right side. Press forward. Step up again. Raise the right hand. Bend from the waist. Stork flaps wings. Shift your weight. Toe. Heel. Vertical line left. Brush knee and push. Second brush knee. And push. Sit back, go forward, left side. Twist step, step through. Left push. Back to the right side, forward. Sit back and turn, step through. Brush down and push. Sit back, turn to your right. Center left. Lean forward, parallel stance, step up. Close the door. Form the fists and punch. Sit back, divert, block, and punch. That's your infinity sign. Left hand to the outside, cross the arms, leopard and tiger springs to mountain. Sit back, vertical left, horizontal low, stroke to the left. Clench your fists, fist under elbow. Left vertical, horizontal left. Straighten the back foot, repulse the monkey 3 times. Same thing on the other side, right side. One more, left side vertical, left side horizontal. Turn to your left, straighten the right. Vertical right. Hold the ball. Step up. Diagonal flying. Sit back. Insert the needle. Fan to the back. Stroke down. Invert the hand, parry and punch. Form the fists. Punch. Step up and punch. Divert, block, and punch. Again. Leopard and tiger springs to mountain. This time we're going to do the carry tiger to the mountain to the rear corner. Lift up. Cross the arms. Raise the hand. Bend from the waist. Stork flaps wings. Toe heel pivot. Left side grasps the sparrow's tail. Hook your wrists. Single whip. Left side. Palm side in. Across. Flip the hands over. Diagonal flying. Sit back. Stroke down. Part the horse's mane. Step up. Right side vertical. Stroke down. Part the horse's mane. Cross corner. Left side Jade Lady work shadow. Cross corner. Jade Lady work shadow. Drop your elbow, hook your wrist, turn back to the front. Cloud hands. Single whip. Hold the ball. Diagonal flying. Right side. Close the form. Okay, deep breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Okay. So we'll go through that again. Just that, when you go through the form, each time your body gets more and more familiar with the movements. And then over time, it gets formatted in your body. And as you start to, evolve, then you start to discover and see more details than you might not have seen, in the beginning. And detail is something that you don't even know what you're looking for. So it happens through a discovery, really. You can, see someone move and you don't actually see what you think you see, because it just goes in. And because movement it's active and it's moving, it doesn't stay with you. So you have to see it a lot. You have to see it over and over again until it's like watching a movie. If you blink an eye, you might have missed something. So you might not see that until you see that movie again. That's if you're interested in seeing the movie again. But the thing is, there's a lot of things that you could miss if you just don't pay attention. So if your mind drifts off, you might not see something that might have been there. When we break it down, like last week when we worked on carry tiger to the mountain a lot, there was a lot more things that I brought out that wasn't apparent to you when you were just going through the motions. So when we first learned the form, we sort of scan it. It's sort of like just go through it, and then you start to do it. And scanning it is just going through the motions, and there's no rhyme or reason. There's no structure. There's no integrity in position. All the geometric shapes, the cross hands, the hoops, all of those become relevant as you start to evolve. And we did a pushing hands class on Sunday, so we went over the grasp the sparrow's tail, movements, and how that works with the movements when you're doing the pushing hands. So, anyways, let's go through it again. invert, block, and punch. Cross arms, leopard and tiger springs to mountain. Carry tiger to the mountain. Cross hands. Cloud hands. Good. Okay, deep breathing. Okay, good. So let's do the carry tiger and the obliques one time, and then we'll do the transition into the insert needle. These are the pieces in the long form that connect the leopard and tiger springs to mountain, and it also connects the section that takes us into the insert needle, which is missing in the short form. So just as a review, we're here. We're in this leopard and tiger springs to mountain position. We go down, we sit back and relax the arms, turn, sit back, go forward and back and cross, and step up to square the feet. We turn to the corner, step up to the empty stance. Your left foot is forward, brush knee and push. Set up the round out, left side, sit back and turn, brush knee, left side, push, right side, grasp the sparrow's tail. To the right side, oblique single whip. Okay. So then we have this pivot that takes us all the way to the side mirror. That sets up for fist on the elbow and repulse the monkey. So here's where we reconnect the repulse the monkey, and we do it 3 times. We're go back to the left side. We do one more repulse to monkey. And then we go to the neutral right side. Instead of holding the ball, we're going to go to lower hoop. We're going to pivot and do the cross stance. Hand movements, carry tiger to the mountain. Open the stance. Sink the elbow into the lower hoop. Center hoop. This is hold the ball. And here we are, diagonal flying. Then we have step up and raise the hand, which is a repeat. Bend from the waist. Stork flaps wings. Next we turn, toe heel, one brush knee. One insert needle. One fan through the back. Turn, stroke down, parry, and punch. Those three postures go together. Form the fists. In this, we retreat. We go backwards. Divert, block, and punch. Then we step up to grasp the sparrow's tail. And then we hook the wrists. And we get to the first sort of landmark, cloud hands, and that's where it goes into kicks. So it's the first set of cloud hand leads to the kicks. To get to the first set of cloud hands, we have to do those add-on pieces. So let's go from the beginning up to that point, so that if someone's watching on video, they would know where the break points are on the between the long form and the paradigm. So the more clearly you define these sections, then it's easier to retain for one thing, and then once you have it down, you can evolve. You're no longer just dealing with sequential sequences and that timing, so you can actually let your body become more natural. So let's go from the beginning, right? So we can see how this all ties together. Preparation. So this is where we finish leopard and tiger. And then we're going to stroke down. This is carry tiger to the mountain. And this is the obliques, leading to the obliques. So this is where it ties together in the long form. cross the sparrow's tail, single whip. Oblique single whip, we're in the corner. And to get to repulse the monkey, we have to form fist under elbow when we get to this side. We stroke across, lower the hand, and just like Tai Chi Paradigm, we find this position. That's fist under elbow, and we continue. Repulse the monkey. And here's the next change. We go to neutral position, right? We lower the hands and we twist the legs. We carry tiger to the mountain with the twist step, and then we turn and open the stance to go into the hold the ball position. Diagonal flying, a little bit of a repeat here to get to stork flaps wings. Stork flaps wings leads to brush knee. And we brush knee one time. Then we go to insert needle, fan through the back, parry and punch, and then we retreat. We straighten the back foot and step backwards. So we just maintain the different procedures that we have as standard transitions. Now we step up and grasp the sparrow's tail. And we're at single whip. Okay, so this is the beginning of the first set of cloud hands. So we'll run through cloud hands a few times. So we hold the ball first, we shift, and we set up the first position. We shift and we adjust 1, 2, 3. Turn to the back corner, 1, turn. Is setting up for your second set of cloud hands, or second piece of that. So we're here. Let's try that again. So we're here, right? We're in this corner. We step out and we turn. So this is passing through back to that first position. And we go 1, 2, 3. Down, pivot, shift. We're in the corner. Change the hands. Step out. We pass through. Here's the third time we're here. We shift 1, 2, 3, down, 1. Hook your wrist, and we're back to single whip. Okay, so that's the sequence of events. So Isaac, you want to move in here so you can, because when you turn your head and watch, it's a lot harder to follow because things get distorted, on the visual side. So we're going to do that again, right? We're going to hold the ball. Shift, and we pass through the first position, 2, 3. We pivot. Now this, a complete set is left and right side, and then we're going to go back to the left, and we shift 1, 2, 3, and then back to the corner. That's the fourth one, fourth set of movements, fourth set of hand movements. Back to here. This is 5, and we get to this corner for 6, and then we're back to single whip. So that's the first set of cloud hands. So one set has 6 hand movements, because if I call it a set of movements, then it gets confusing. So it's 3 complete sets, and each set defines what's going to happen next. So what happens after this is our first transition to that side. So you have an option of doing this, if that works for you, or you can actually just turn and face this way. So I call that the setup. Okay. So using the front mirror, let's do it like this, because mirrors actually help. So if you can sort of condense, we're gonna turn and find that setup position. So what's a setup position? It's a vertical. If both hands are like this, and you sort of have the parallel position, kind of overlap the hands and take one away. There's your center line, right in front of your nose or in front of the face. This one is the lower hoop, and you bring one of them in, and you put that. That's your setup, okay? If you bring this one down and bring this one up, that's the other side. So if you take it like this, and this goes to round, and then this goes to center, that's reversing the ball, right? So reversing the ball is also this. So reversing is just putting one hand on top and one hand on the bottom and flipping it over. So in this case, we have the palm facing out and the palm facing in. To get a vertical hand, your elbow is down, right? So you should relax your shoulder. Now we flip the hands, we cross the forearm, we step out, and then relax by leaning forward and then open like this. So the hands open horizontally. That becomes high pat the horse. All right, so let's do that again. 1, 2, flip it over, cross, and open. So this is a sort of the framework of this position. This is some of your geometry positions. Right, you have your center line, your triangle, lower hoop. You flip it over, and you stop here. So, all these little stops. You say, why stop there? Why don't we just go through it? Because your skeletal structure doesn't develop knowing a position till you allow it to learn it. And you can't learn it if you just pass through it. And when you pass through it, there's so many variables, there's so many different changes that could happen during that transition. You really don't really get the brain to figure it out. And then if the brain doesn't figure it out, it's certainly not going to tell your body to do it the way it's supposed to. So the simplest thing is to put it in front of your face and then find that elbow. Because look at this. So which one of those elbow positions are correct? Between horizontal and vertical, there could be an infinite amount of minute positions you could find, but you want to hit the vertical one that's most natural to your body, right? Then when you flip it over, you're here. But the only way you can figure that out is to let your body relax. Then when you cross the forearm and you step out and you flatten the hands and open, there's your parallel arm position, right? It's also one palm down, one palm up, and we sit back. We flip it over to cross the forearms, and we toe out to the corner. We shift the weight, and we step up. We clench the fist and fold. We lift the elbows, we lift the knee, and we kick. In a kick position, the palm faces that way, and the palm faces. So both palms are facing the same way. Okay, that's just like in that drill that we do. When we do this, open and close, it's the same exact position. All right, so that's your right side kick. Now we're going to go back to this setup. Cross. Open. Flip. Toe out, right? So then we're in this corner, fold, and then we're going to lift the elbow, lift the knee, and then we're going to extend. Same thing on this side, both palms facing that way, and then we can put it here, step behind, go to the neutral position like this empty stance here, so that you can turn. Once you turn, you're on the opposite side, right? So then once you're on the opposite side, you take the one that's out here and put it on top. Cross the arms, fold the elbows, lift up, and you do a heel kick. Then you go to neutral position, set up a brush knee just like you normally do. There's one, and we're going to do a second one on the left. And you push. And then you do it again on the right side, but this time you're not going to do a brush knee. You're going to turn that into a planting punch by clenching the fist, bring this hand down, and it just kind of opens up from the elbow. And this hand comes back to center. Okay, so that's complete. Then how do you make that turn? You're here, sit back, and you turn into sort of 90 and 90. So that gives you a phase of movement. The phase move. First you're there, then you're there, then you're there, right? So when we're here, I sit back, then here's my first phase. I'm here. I shift my weight, I level my hands, and I turn. Then this hand comes to the center, and you're in the back fist position. We toe out and find the first setup. We do the second movement, cross the forearm, open the hands, flip it over, turn to the corner, cross the arms, lift the elbow, and this is where carry tiger to the mountain begins. Okay, so that's the breakdown of those movements, because some people still have a lot of trouble doing those. We'll review those again until you can get that leg. There's only really these first two kicks are the most complicated. The hand movements is a series of motions that has to be formatted and programmed into your body, so you know the first kick does this. And as you blend it together and it gets more integrated, then each of these setups actually begin to format and then program it into your system. And then we're back to here. That's the first kick. Now we're set up again, but we have the opposite foot. So I'm just bringing out things that you may not have realized, because when we're watching the hands, we forget the legs. Now this is the second for the second kick. We flip once, toe out, step up, you make your fists and fold. Level the elbows and then lift the knee at the same time, and then you kick. This is this side, stepping backwards, you go to this to turn, you're transitioning across 90 and 90, put your right hand on top, cross hands, fold the elbow, fold the elbow. Now turn the shoulders a little bit to that corner, so when you lift, your hip is a little more open and you do a heel kick. Same hand positions, back to vertical, set up for brush knee. Set up the other side, left side brush knee. And then set up again. So there's 3 setups, and this one turns into a planting punch. Sit back, do the turn, 90, set up the hands, back fist. Okay, then we step up again, so we go back to set up, and then once we set up, we do the reverse. Cross, forward position, open, 1, 2, 3, and then this would be in the corner, opening, and carry tiger to the mountain would begin here. Then there's the cross step behind, and we would open the stance and we're in the corner. This hand comes through center and you turn to the corner, and that would be beat the tiger if you clench your fists. If you stroke down and then you turn to the rear corner, it's like Jade Lady work shuttle, because that's what you're familiar with. And you do the Jade Lady and you clench the fists, Then you sit back, and then you pivot on the heel of that front foot, taking you back to the front of the room here, and then we lower the hands. Then we cross the forearms, we level the shoulders again, as we lift the knee, heel kick to 2 punches to the ear. Okay. 2 punches to the ear, it's aligned with the temple and the width of your forehead out here, see? See, because we reference our body, you use these guidelines to kind of get your body to recognize what those positions are, and eventually your skeleton becomes familiar with it, and that's all controlled by your proprioception eventually, because it's a knowing thing, you know. When you're doing movements that's like this, it's essentially a virtual motion. You don't know what you're doing with it. You can't really sense or feel what it feels like to do it. And, you know, those type of transitions, it's like multitasking. You know, when you multitask, you can do several things, you know, with your limbs or your legs at the same time, if it's tangible. You know, like if you go up a ladder and you hold the rung with the left hand and you paint with this, you have an understanding that if you let go, you're going to fall off. So you learn to do these things, and because it's functional, your body will do these things knowing. You know, there's a certain amount of intelligence involved there. But when you're doing virtual movement, where's the intelligence come from? You don't actually know what you're doing, so the brain is a little confused. So to learn movement, you actually have to understand sort of the functionality of motion, and also when I use the geometry of position and everything else that's involved with defining these movements, referencing your body, now it's, you know, that virtualness becomes, you know, the experience, right? You go through this discovery that this is what round feels like. So it heightens your sensitivity much more than when you're doing it in an actual application. So like going up the ladder, you know that the hands do this, right, as a virtual thing. That then becomes real. So this idea that when we go like this and go like this and go like this up a ladder, I don't know if you've been to amusement parks where you see that ladder on a rope and it has 2 ends and it's on a pivot point, and you go up on that ladder and usually it spins. If you fall off of it, you don't win the prize. But if you go up the ladder and you make it to the top, you win the prize. Why most people have trouble doing that is because they get on the ladder, they want their 2 feet there, they go like this. But they don't know the relationship between this and this at this point until you know that your hand goes at the same time, and there's a balance. That's cross-lateral relationships where the hand and the leg and the hand and the leg are tied together. You know, that's why hardly anybody wins. So, you know, you pay $3, whatever it is, and you end up falling into the net. So this kind of thing that we're talking about is those relationships. But we can't discover them because we don't know what we're doing with it. But it's actually something that our body naturally has from when we walk. But if you don't walk like this, then you're not going to know that. So everything is kind of an understanding. So when we do this and we find that position, it's important that you pay attention to that. That's consciousness of the action. When you go down to a lower hoop and you go up to this position, you have to know when and where it stops and what that posture kind of looks like. You have a leaning position, you're in this position, you're rounded, you relax your shoulders, the back is... So all this is setting up that posture and then letting go of all the tension your body doesn't need to hold that posture. So if you go through the form once, you did one of these, and then you don't visit it again. If you're coming once a week and you don't see that movement again for a week, how can your body ever discover it, right? So you have to kind of go through the hoop position, from the different approaches that we have. Stork flaps wings, carry tiger to the mountain. All of these are the same position, essentially. It's the circle, it's the hoop, it's in the high position. You have your shoulder height, you have your lower. We're holding these positions throughout the 1.5 hours in different parts of the class, but we don't pay attention. We're just doing it then. But actually, once the movements become part of your body and it understands it, then it's throughout. It's systemic. It's in everything that we do. Finding vertical position. You say, well, how important is that? If you don't find this vertical position and you don't sink your elbow and relax your shoulder, your body will never be relaxed. It's always going to be kind of there. When you do cloud hands, if you don't know how much strength to have in that position, it'll look kind of stiff when you go through the cloud hands. It looks like that. So those are things that you don't know how you look because you can't see yourself. But you can feel it if you feel it when it's correct. So, and then the directional movement, and then the dimensional changes and the space that you're in varies because it's in space, and we can't pay attention to all of that because we're trying to figure out where this elbow is. So you can't figure out any of it until your body feels comfortable enough to go through it and let go. So that's why it takes a long time. Okay, so let's do the series, the kicks from there. So we're going to do from after the cloud hands. So we do a set of cloud hands. Just your first set of cloud hands, right? So we're here, and we shift. 1, 2, 3, 4. Step. Change. Pivot. Change the hands. Step out. Relax the arms and shoulders. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. We're in single whip, and then we pivot. Here we are, right? Here's your setup. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Set up again. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now if you don't put it down, you step behind directly and you do your 180 turn. Bring your right hand on top, cross arms, fold the elbows, turn a little bit to your right and the heel kick. Now set up your left side, brush knee to your right and push. Vertical left to horizontal, sit back twist step and step through. Go to neutral position and go forward. Toe out. Brush knee, planting punch. Turn. Parry and punch. Step up. We're going to repeat this movement. This is like the first time. Flip it over, toe out, and this is for beat the tiger. We open the stance, cross behind, step to the corner, and we going to shoot this hand straight up like this, and then we turn the palm out. Drop the elbow first, stroke down, go to the rear side, and Jade Lady work shuttle position to fist. So this would be beat the tiger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring the hands down. The 2 punches to the ear. Now you merge the hands at the wrists. Sit back, and I'll just keep